What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. Today's video, we're going to go over the best builds to defeat the upcoming 7-star Mightiest Mark Torterra raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is going to include some builds you can use online, solo, and supporting roles. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel and joining the Pan Fam. Right that join channel member button below. Once again, I am on vacation, but we're still keeping the content flowing. So, breaking down the Torterra raid here, you can see that one is going to have his hidden ability Shell Armor, which means we cannot hit it with critical hits. It's going to be Terra Ground, and it's naturally already a ground type, so it's going to be stab boosted and Terra boosted ground type attacks. Now, looking at its stats, really great HP, attack, and defense, so it's going to be doing great on the physical side of things in general. We're going to try to aim for the special defensive stat because it's the lowest stat here at 85 that we can take advantage of. I don't think it's going to use any special attacking moves because this 75 right here, and it's relatively slow at 56, which is great, which is going to allow us to do some special setups that we normally can't do because it is a slow Pokemon. Now, once again, I said I don't think it's going to have any special attacking moves because, its physical attack is so much better and it has such great setup moves. For physical, I do believe we're going to be seeing Earthquake, which is a move it learns when it evolves into Torterra, or Headlong Rush, so that is a possibility as well. Headlong Rush is like a ground type close combat. It could have it on maybe turn 0, use it, and then remove its stat debuff, so that could be pretty solid. Wood Hammer is the best grass type move it has, so I definitely see it happening, and also, it's also a stab move. It learns Crunch naturally, so I think Crunch will be a very safe move on this Pokemon. And lastly, I think for a coverage move, a rock type move makes the most sense. Stone Edge or Rock Slide to deal with the flying types that are immune to ground and that can resist grass. Now for setup moves, it actually has a lot of good ones, but I think the 3 best we need to worry about is definitely Shell Smash. Now if it uses Shell Smash on turn 0, that's going to be really problematic because it's going to start off with +2 physical attack, +2 special attack, and +2 speed. And then if it removes its debuffs, then that's going to be a big problem, and you're going to be able to resist these hits or be immune to them if it starts with the raid at +2. Now, it could also have Curse, increases attack and defense by 1, and then lower its speed by 1, so that would be a little bit of a safer version of that. And then lastly, it can just learn Swords Dance, so I can go for the raw +2. So I do think it's going to have at least one of these setup moves. Now for the best builds to defeat the upcoming Torterra, and we're going to be doing this in Pokemon Showdown because I do not have my capture card with me. But at least you get to see the EVs much easier. So we're going to start off with Superior here, and the item is going to be Shell Bell, Terra Grass, Hidden Ability Contrary, very important hidden ability to have. So instead of lowering your stats, it's going to actually boost them. And we're going to be using Leaf Storm as our main attacking move. So it's going to give us +2 special attack every time we use Leaf Storm because we have Contrary. Now, other great attacking moves that we can use can be Taunt. If it does have Swords Dance, then we can at least stop the Swords Dance, stop the Shell Smash, stop the Curse. Energy Ball is just going to be another great damaging move that we can use. Also has a 10% chance of lowering the special defense stat by 1, which could be huge if that lands. And we also have Reflect here. Reflect, give us like +2 defense for 5 turns, which can be really nice. Now, for building the Superior stat-wise, I'm going to go max special attack, max defense, and then put the last little bit of EVs into HP, and then go Modest Nature. So your stats should look something like this on the right, so you have the perfect Superior. Now, the other Contrary mon that I really love is Lurantis, and Lurantis is going to be a very similar build here. So we're going to have the item Shell Bell, once again the hidden ability Contrary. We're going to have Terra Grass once again, and the EVs we're looking at is going to be max special attack with the Modest Nature, max defense, and then 4 HP. Now, the moves, same thing. Leaf Storm is going to be our bread and butter. Energy Ball is going to be our move that does a lot of damage, can lower that special defense. Also, Leaf Storm does have a 10% chance of missing, so there is a little bit of RNG there. So once you get your +6, you can go over Energy Ball if you want to have a little bit of a safer strat. Now for the last 2 moves, it doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, we don't get Taunt here, but you could use Grassy Terrain, increase the damage of grass type moves, so that's a pretty decent filler move. You don't have to use it. And also you have Giga Drain, so if you need a little bit more HP recovery, just like in a pinch, then you could use Giga Drain as well. But in general, I think mostly just using Leaf Storm and Energy Ball. Now, another phenomenal grass type Pokemon I've been recommending on this channel for a very long time now is going to be Appleton. And Appleton is a phenomenal special attacker. And once again, remember, the Torterra has special defense stat, is lower defensive stat, so we want to focus on that special defensive stat. So looking at its stats here, max special attack, modest nature, max defense, and then 4 in HP. And a signature move, Apple Acid, is phenomenal. So 80 damage special grass type move, but it will always lower the target special defense by 1. So every time we hit it with it, it's going to do more damage for us the next time we hit it with another. And eventually he'll get to -6. So that's going to be great to do damage, get HP back, build up Terra Charge, and, you know, just lower that stat. Now for a little bit of bulk, we have Iron Defense to raise our defense by 2, which is nice. And then from that point on, you know, you have a lot of options, but I really like Growth here. Growth will give us +1 special attack, but if you manage to set the Sun up, then you actually get double. So you get 2 stat ups for special attack and physical attack. I'm not using physical, but it is pretty nice to have that. Now, another phenomenal grass type I do recommend is going to be Sinistcha, and I have the item Metronome on it. Your ability doesn't actually matter, and we're going to have Terra Grass on it here. So looking at the stats, we're going to go max special attack, max defense, and 4 HP. So this is overall going to be really strong with those high defense and special attack stats. And the moves we're going to have is Matcha Gacha, which is its signature move. It does have a chance of missing, you know, it's 90% accurate, but, you know, it can burn, which is phenomenal, 20% chance of burning, and you get 50% of the damage you do back as HP. So it's like Giga Drain and Scald together, which is great. We're going to have Nasty Plot to increase our special attack. We have Iron Defense that will increase our defense by 2. And then our safety move is just going to be Energy Wall because it does big damage and can lower that special defensive stat. Now I'll say the issue is Sinistcha compared to the other 3 Pokemon like Appleton, Lurantis, and Superior. The issue with Sinistcha is most likely the Torterra will have Crunch, which will be doing super effective damage. So just keep that in mind. So, I mean, I'll probably rank Appleton, Lurantis, and Superior maybe just a little bit higher than Sinistcha here. Now, if you don't want to build anything new, you could be the dude who keeps on running Annihilate. Now, we're going to have Shell Bell with a Terra Ghost. Your ability doesn't matter, just always keep -Defiant. And we're going to have max HP, max defense with an Adamant Nature, and 4 in HP. And it's just the same old Annihilate moveset: Rage Fist, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, and Screech. So ideally, you know, you're going to just try to get your Rage Fist stacks as high as possible. And then once you have a good amount of stacks on you, you can start using Bulk Up. Can increase your attack and defense by 1 each. If you need a little bit more HP back, you can always hit some Drain Punches in the beginning. And we have Screech. If you can land 1 Screech in this raid, it's definitely going to make it easier. So I would recommend maybe going for a Screech if you're feeling like you can take some of these hits a little bit better. And the last attacker Pokemon I recommend is actually Orform. Orform is a really cool Pokemon because it's a hidden ability, or his regular ability actually is Earth Eater. So whenever you get hit by a ground type move, you actually are immune to it, and not only are immune to it, you get some HP back. You get 1/4 of the max HP when hit by ground type moves. So that's going to be great, and because we are a steel type, we are going to be immune to ground because of our ability, and we are going to resist grass, which is also really phenomenal. Now we're going to be going with the Terra Fighting because we're going to be doing the simple Iron Defense Body Press build. So we're going to get our Iron Defenses to max, start spamming Body Press, hit that Terra Fighting, keep Body Pressing. And we have Mud Slap to lower the accuracy if we need to do that, so we can maybe do it once or twice. And I have Bulldoze on here. This just lowers the speed of the Torterra, just in case the Torterra is outspeeding you, which naturally it would be, you know, potentially. So you could put a little bit of EVs into the speed if you want to try to outspeed it, but if it does have Shell Smash, then that's not going to matter. It will outspeed you. So your 4th move doesn't really matter here. But max defense, max HP, Bold Nature, or Impish Nature, it doesn't really matter. And then I just put 4 EVs into special defense, but that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Now, I have 2 support builds that I think are really good here. I think Galarian Weezing with the ability Levitate is great because they're going to be immune to ground, and because you're a poison type, you resist grass. And we have a phenomenal HP and defensive stats, so we're going to max these 2 up and get a Bold Nature, and we should be able to take any hits in general. If he does set up, we do have Clear Smog, so he's going to go through shields and remove all the stat buffs, which is great. We can also try to use a Will-O-Wisp in the beginning of the raid to cut that attack stat in half. Acid Spray will, you know, go through shields and lower the special defense by 2. So this Weezing is a great partner to all of the special attackers I showed off in the first part of the video, like Superior, Lurantis, Appleton, and more. So that would be pretty good. And then your damaging move, I just have Strange Theme. It doesn't really matter. You can put anything you really want here. You know, it's at the end of the day, you already have 3 great moves. Lastly, I do think Umbreon with the zoom lens is great. I have Terra Flying on it just so if you do Terra, you will resist the grass moves and also be immune to ground. So that could be pretty helpful for defensive plays there. And we have max HP, max defense, bold nature. Maybe put the 4 into like something like physical attack, doesn't really matter in general, or special defense. And the moves I like is Screech or Fake Tears or both. I have the item Zoom Lens because we are going to be slower than the Torterra, so Zoom Lens will make Screech 100% accurate. So that's going to be really helpful for any of the physical attackers I recommended, like Orform or Annihilate, so pretty solid in general there. Reflect to increase our defense for the entire field by 2 for 5 turns. Mud Slap, to build our Terra Charge, but also lower that accuracy, go through shields, which is always helpful. And lastly, you can put anything you really want here. I think Foul Play is really good against a Pokemon that is going to be increasing its physical attack stat like Torterra is. But you could also put something like a Charm. You could put Helping Hand here. There's just a lot of good moves that you can really put on this last slot. But guys, there we have it. That is going to be all of the Pokemon I recommend to defeat the upcoming 7-star Terra Ground Torterra raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Keep it here for more raid guys. I want to cover the solo builds for sure. I want to cover a potential one-hit KO once I do some research on that, and much more. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a good one.